Welcome to the His House. It goes down at the motherfucking His House. Like being at the motherfucking His House. Where you get celebrity tea and gossip. Make predictions. We sip tea and per tea line. On stream. Not edited. Straight off the dome. And we sip tea at the His House. Get lit at the motherfucking His House. Sip tea and hear all about it. At the DJ motherfucking His House. You heard me? Yeah. What's up, my pretties? What's up, my lovelies? How you doing? How you feeling? Well, now that I know you're doing pretty lovely, let's get into this pretty on me. Okay, there's a lot going on in this world right now. It is May 20th, 2025. I feel like I had to get this message out because I have a concern for the children. Yeah, it's a lot going on, a lot of stuff in the news, a lot of stuff has been alleged happening with children, women, men, so forth. That's cool. I'm gonna let that run that course. I'm not gonna really speak on that right now. I done spoke on that enough. But I do want to say at this time, hold your children close. If your children are telling you something, believe it because it's getting crazy out here and they're having to shift the property. The property is being shifted and there's a lot going and taking place to get this property shifted. And when I'm telling you, there's unethical things going on to where people are getting jobs that they shouldn't be having. People are being put in place that they should not be put in place in. People are getting moved around like cattle. And it's in plain sight. Do you hear me? It's in plain sight. If your children child is telling you they don't feel comfortable, they don't like the way the teacher's talking to them, like don't like the way the principal's talking to them, check on it. I mean, you don't have to check on it, but just be mindful. And when I tell you it's a whole organization, they may have it there, but if you go somewhere else, it could be there. So at this time, these babies are vulnerable. That's all I can say. I didn't hear news about sex trafficking rings going on with young children and minors in places they shouldn't be happening. A place you would least expect it to go on. People falsifying documents to get jobs to work with kids. It's very crazy. Um, and it's becoming a monopoly to where the jobs that they're getting, they have full access to children. They have full access to people in the system. I've came or come across a few kids in the system. When I tell you they treat these kids like crazy work, I've had to file reports on people. I've had to try to, get stuff done. And some stuff has been investigated, some stuff has been shifted. But when I tell you, like, the kids can only do so much. They can't get in a car. They can't drive out because I'm talking about some of these kids are in elementary, some in middle school, some in high school. And if you go against them, they will label you as like the problem, a bad child. I had a situation where a teacher accused a child, a elementary child, of sexually assaulting her. And I was like, what? And found out that child didn't even look like the type. The child was crying and boohooing for days and for weeks. I saw that child just walking. I asked, was they okay? Did they feel safe? And they were like, not really, you know? So then later on, the same person, like she was making a big deal out of it, like they did this, and she stormed out, walked away, like she was so distraught. And keep in mind, this is a child that you wouldn't even think that to happen. And so then the environment they were in, they started picking on the little one. They started picking on him. He cried even more because he was just an elementary person. And I'm up here trying to figure out, okay, what can I do? What's next? And I mean, it's so many different components around this little one that it's like you go to this person, you could be in jeopardy. You go to this person, your job can be in jeopardy because they are fine people. Once they find out you know the system and you know what's going on, your job is in jeopardy. Okay, I didn't know the system at the time, but they did get rid of me because I'm one of the people that you can't really tell what to do, and they were trying to check me too many motherfucking times, and they had to. And so when I checked them, they didn't. They was like, we're not gonna offer you the position for next time, but thank you for your services. And so I didn't get renewed or whatever. My contract didn't get renewed. So what I'm telling you, it's like government agencies. And what I'm telling you, I didn't really know what it was at the time because I'm up here just like, okay, okay, okay. But God shows me things and I'm thankful for things, okay? And so it even made national news to where, and the crazy thing is, everybody got pl- new people was put in place. New people that was put in place found out they weren't even supposed to be there, but it was a whole conspiracy ring going on to get these jobs. They were falsifying documents, falsifying records, and so now these people have to leave. But just as quick as these people have to leave, you don't think there's gonna be 10, 20,000 more coming, and they're gonna do it the right way this time? So the point is, these people weren't even supposed to be around kids. They were just filling the role. They coming from law degrees, different things, just to be around these kids. And when I say they make the kids act like they're the problems, and when the kids, and it be like they even have little kids in on it. Okay, so what I'm telling you is not saying your child is lying or your child is not lying. What I'm saying is just use your mother's intuition or your father's intuition and check the situation. Because there's no reason for a teacher to be trafficking young girls to her son. And I think it wasn't even a teacher, I think it was a principal. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that going on to where people putting on masks to look a certain way, and then behind closed doors, it's some crazy stuff going on. And because of all the investigation that's going on in Hollywood, California, and stuff like that around certain high profile people, these kids are being shifted. And when I tell you stuff has been put in place with this shift, I ain't never seen nothing like it. And I'm telling you, I ain't never seen nothing like it. When I tell you, I was jaws to the floor. And this was just people just finding out that these people weren't even supposed to be working in these capacities. They was accepting money for somebody to take a test of them so they can be certified to be around children. That's what I'm talking about. And it wasn't just 50 people. It was hundreds, thousands. Like, it ain't gonna say thousands. They only found 100. But there's even people higher up that they're gonna have to start investigating now because the people that got rid of me was higher ups. So it goes deep, and you wouldn't even expect a child to ever have to worry about that. But like I said, I'm blessed that God shows me things that I need to know so that I can help other people. So if your child is telling you a kid is constantly messing them, constantly messing with them, check with the check with the kid, the parents, the agencies that work with the kids, and find out what's going on. Because I ain't never really seen grown people acting like children are the problem. Okay? This is the first for me. Most children not gonna be lying saying they hungry. Most children not gonna be lying and saying that um I didn't touch you, but you saying I did. So at the same time, it's like it's a lot of crazy work going on, and right, y'all focusing on that. It's things being put in place to get these children moved and supervised by people that look the part is what I'm saying. I mean, they spending big money to do it. When I tell you spending big money to do it, they spending big money doing it. And like some of these members are court members. Some of these people have covens. Some people are witches, warlocks, demonic. Some of these people are evil and they're put in high places. Okay? And they some of these people have smiles on their face. You wouldn't Some of these people are beautiful, gorgeous. You wouldn't even think that they would be so just dirty and disgusting. So when I tell you watch your kids, I don't care if they can be homeschooled. If they can be homeschooled, I say rather you do that. But at the same time, I don't know how deep it is because these people was. So I'm gonna say this: it was at a particular school district, okay, and these people was spread in different schools. And they was getting rid of all the people who didn't have nothing to do with it, so they can, and people losing their jobs just so the people who did have something to do with it could be put in place. Okay, and I don't even know who to believe because when I try to report certain stuff, the main person that could do something. I don't know if they was claiming they was busy. What I didn't hear back from them, but they had other loopholes that I was able to talk to and people that was under them to try to get some stuff shooken. And I feel like a lot of people start shaking and speaking up, or like, why am I losing my job? And people put in positions that's not even qualified to do my job, and they get put before me, and I'm getting written up for stuff I didn't do, stuff like that. So it's weird. It's very weird, and it's like you don't even know the church. You thinking like, okay, well, let me just move my child over here or to a new neighborhood, a new school, a new center, and then it's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is just really teach your, and y'all gotta start talking to y'all kids. Y'all can't be like chipping on eggshells and thinking they gonna figure the ish out. No, say it's some weird people in this world. If you got somebody talking to you about sexual things, if you got people trying to be around you and you keep telling them to leave you alone, like give these kids things to do. I'm talking about little kids as young as elementary school. And if you think, is that the kid, is that the age to feel comfortable to talk to my child about this? Yes, that is the age to talk to your child about this. So no child deserves to be targeted. No child deserves to be put in an unsafe environment. When I tell you, this is a mega city. This is not no little bitty country. This is a place that has hundreds of different schools and organizations working around these kids. When I tell you, like it's a big brain name district. And no, I haven't seen stuff firsthand, but in my spirit and my soul, it's going on. Then I'm seeing stuff online. I mean, people that don't even need to be around kids being put around kids while this investigation is going on. They having them in their mansions and their houses in the back room. You know, like why these kids here? You know, if you got that inkling, why these kids here? Why you streaming and you got kids in the background? It's like I don't know if they know what's going on, but it's like you working for these people, so they want you to hold on to the property so they can find another location for these kids to go, and you in mansions and stuff, and so yeah, whether you know or not, you know something, cause why you randomly got kids in your house? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's really crazy, and you would think like they gonna have sympathy for these little ones. They gonna No, they don't care. They are evil. And when I tell you, I don't even go to church like that on a regular, but I do know evil when I see it. Okay, and the only thing you could do is prepare them for what's to come and hope that it doesn't come their way. Okay? And these people of authority, whether it's a center director, a youth director, a pastor, a teacher, a principal, anybody that's in authority, these are the ringleaders. Okay, so how you gonna get out of that? You really can't. unless you talk to your parent. And they willing to make up lies. They willing to falsify evidence. They willing to have other kids lie because these kids are already messed up or work for them or this or that. And so I never seen it like nothing like I said in my life. They have kids lying. Okay? Kids. And so the whole time, of course, you're gonna believe what the kids saying, but no, the kids work for the higher ups. The kids is in this organization with the higher ups, and they done probably threaten them or whatever. I don't even know the situation because I didn't know this was going on. Okay, but when I tell you, I witnessed it, and that's one reason why I said I have to work for myself because I said that's the last time I'm gonna let somebody take something that I worked hard for, take it away from me just because you want to do weird stuff. You want to act weird. And then you want to look at me like I'm crazy when you're the one that's crazy. I've been doing this stuff for years, but baby, I do it offline, off camera, off in the distance before I sit here and get checked by somebody. And then, too, like I said, there's witchcraft going on because I remember somebody came and checked me about something that I wasn't even doing. And so I stood my ground. I'm like, you got me messed up. This, and that. I swear, as soon as I left talking to that person, because this person was just making up stuff, and I was already stressed out. They was talking about they had to meet with me. They told me I need to watch how I was talking to them. I said, you need to watch how you talking to me. I left that meeting within 2 minutes from leaving that meeting. I broke my mother freaking leg. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, I didn't know that all this was that serious, and it was just like revelation after revelation after revelation came to me, and it was put in my face to where I'm saying like it don't even have to be at a place that you go. It could be at a church, like they're saying certain pastors were involved in some of these freakniks. I'm telling you, that's how it is. They're getting people got influence from YouTubers, that's got influence to streamers, to school administrators and principals and teachers, to anybody who work with kids, to the pastors, to the youth. I'm telling you. So what I'm saying is you have to prepare your child. Don't be like, oh, I don't want to talk to him about sex. Baby, if you don't talk to him, somebody else is gonna put it in their mother freaking face and tell them not to say nothing. So all I'm saying is it's a real deal. And most of us know an experience that happened to us as a child that if we had a known better, we couldn't have just said, oh, we were just kids. You know what I'm saying? Whether you kiss somebody, just different stuff that went on. How I go seek or how I go get it, whatever. So the situation is, all I'm saying is talk to the kids. I don't care if they 2 years old. You let them know, like you tell me if something going on, this and this and this and that. And if something don't seem right, something don't seem fishy, believe it, okay? And investigate on that ish. And don't just go to the higher up because it can be the head of the place. Sometimes you gotta go to law enforcement, even with them. Some of them is tied into it too. So when you deal with people in certain organizations and societies and stuff like that, a lot of them have money behind them. A lot of them have presence behind them. A lot of them have lawyers behind them. A lot of them have judges behind them. You just never know. So all I'm saying is if you speak, just know something could happen. I mean, even if you don't even come out and say who you are, sometimes they'll either get an inkling or they'll feel like, oh, she's a problem or she going against the grain or he's saying something or they made a report and so we're going to target this person and you can get blackballed like Monique. So, or Jaguar Wright. So all I'm saying is if you speak up on something, just be mindful of what can come with that. Excuse me, if you don't feel comfortable speaking up on it, don't speak up on it and just move in silence until something is done. But yes, the children are being targeted and moved. And these kids are around your kids. So just Think about that. Like, share, subscribe. See you with another vibe soon. Welcome to the His Out. It goes down. Welcome to the His Out. Where we go down. Welcome to the motherfucking His Out. Sip, Steve.